Welcome to the Postgame Show. It's presented by the Maroon Club, enhancing 23 Division I sports. Join the Maroon Club today. Our player of the game, presented by Coca-Cola. Experience the Coke side of life. Let's experience Sam Cooperman. He's with the head coach and our player of the game. Here's Sam.
Here with Coach Kia Damon Olson of the Lafayette Leopards after a hard-fought overtime game, and not the result you wanted, but a heck of a comeback by your team. How do you process this tight non-conference game you just had against Marist?
Well, we gave up 83 points, so, I mean, our defense clearly didn't do the job that it needed to do, and you got to tip your hat to Marist on that, but, you know, we have to bring our lunch pail and our hard hat to work every day, and we just didn't do the job we needed to today.
The nature of the Patriot League, and from Marist's perspective, the MAC as well, you use the non-conference, you build up, you get ready for your conference slate. What does this experience tonight help you guys do as you continue to work through November into December?
It just reinforces how important defense is.
Defense important. I'm sure that's going to be a focus moving forward, Coach. We'll let Abby step in. Appreciate the time.
No problem.
All right, Abby Antonoli coming on over, and heck of a performance for you. I know talking to your coach, you were just saying you were so close to that double-double. How do you process tonight's experience in this overtime game?
You know, I think we came out a little flat in the beginning, especially the first quarter. We only had like 11 points, but it also came down to the defense in the first quarter and the third quarter that really hurt us. We needed stops early, and we did catch up. We got to overtime, and then I feel like the wheels fell off the wagon a little bit. We have to learn to execute a little bit better in big moments, and we'll get there.
Yeah, and for you, in a game like this, you guys have two separate massive comebacks. The 13 points when you were down in the second quarter, you get back to within one, and then you have the comeback to start the fourth, you're down 13. How were you guys able to get back into this game several times?
You know, I think we just came together, put our heads down, and worked. It came down to defense, like I said, and in those moments, I saw us really commit to the little details that we talk about in practice every day, help the helper, get an extra hand on the shooters, identify shooters. All of that was being applied. But I'm just proud of us for coming back in both those instances, and now we just got to learn to finish.
Yep, a lot to like. Again, things to clean up. Coach is very clear on that, but wish you the best with everything, Abby. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Gary, John, back to you guys.
All right, Sam, job well done as we get ready for the highlights from tonight's ball game, and then we'll wrap everything up. Take a look at the numbers. Here's John.
Entertaining game for sure. You know, Shazer, as advertised, first team all-league preseason pick, and she does a great job of finding people around her, making her teammates better. You see her distributing the basketball. As a group, Gary, they share the basketball, and they played very, very well. This is a very good Marist basketball team. Lafayette got it going. That was not Sauda Nachanai Gizi from downtown. Then Kylie Favors, and boy, in that second quarter, Lafayette just got on fire. Kay Donahue on the feed from Favors knocks down a three. They must have hit like 4 or 5 threes in a row. The crowd got into it. The team got into it. There's a nice pass from Emma Shields to Abby. And Abby again on the finish. Abby with a big night as usual, 22 points, 6 assists. Then Michaela Andrews after a slow start, Gary. The only little niche, chink in the armor for Michaela, we'll talk about her numbers in a minute. That was Corsentino. I'm telling you, she had a monster game. That's a nice play down the stretch. This thing brought Lafayette to within one. That's a feed from Abby to Kayla Drummond. No problems offensively. This is the tying bucket by Haley Smith. A little kiss off the glass, and Lafayette was in business. In the overtime period, boy, Corsentino to the bucket. She hit a 3 after this. Michaela Andrews answers. Again, Gary, a little bit of a slow start, but we said Lafayette's not going to be successful if Michaela Andrews doesn't play. There's a big corner jump shot that time by, I believe that was Pittock who knocked that one down. And there you see the numbers. Lots of offense, Gary. But as Kia Damon Olson said, this is a coach who prides herself on defense, and there was no stopping Marist tonight.
Well, the numbers really don't lie. 25 turnovers tonight by Lafayette to just 13. And Lafayette goes to the free throw line to shoot 6 shots as Marist goes to the line and makes 21 of 29. We said at the top of the show, Lafayette needs to find a way to get to the foul line more often, John, and they need the way to stop turning the ball over. The individual numbers tonight, though, are so impressive by certain individuals. Shazer, 29, Antonoli, 22. But that does not put up Corsentino's numbers, who was 23, Pittick with 13, and Tarul had 11, and Michaela Andrews with 21 points. So some great individual efforts. They do get the game to overtime. The start of the first quarter, the third quarter, and overtime, those were the killers.
You know, Gary, you talk about turnovers, 25 of them, and when they had that great stretch where they weren't turning it over, that's when they got back in the game. They out-rebounded Marist, 43-31. They shot just about 50%. I mean, 12 for 25 from three is a good night. So you can do all those other things. If you're not getting to the free throw line and you're turning the ball over, you know, that's a situation where statistics can be very misleading.
No question about it. The next time you see John and myself, John will be on the sideline at Goodman Stadium. I'll be up in the booth with Mike Joseph. And, of course, Phil Ling will join us also, as Megan will be here also on the sideline. So we invite you to join us at noon for the Lafayette-Lehigh game, number 159. John and I will be back right here in these seats on Sunday afternoon for a 1 o'clock start as the men's basketball team takes on Wilkes for their first home game of the year. That's it. My thanks to the LSM team, headed up by John Sabino, to all of you for spending time with all of us. For John and myself, we thank you. Good night, everybody.